Hello and welcome to our first newsletter for term 2. We're only in week 5, halfway through the term, and already there's been a huge list of events I want to share with you. Week 1 was a short week given the Anzac public holiday, but still we had time to celebrate 2 significant events in the life of our college. The Easter Hat Parade. What an event that was. And wasn't it great to involve our preschool in the Easter Hat Parade? Thank you to all the mums and dads and grandparents who made the Easter hats for our kids. Great colour, great fun, a really good community event. We also had in week 1 the Anzac Day liturgies. And thank you to all the parents of our school leaders who brought their kids to the dawn service at Riverstone. It was great to see you there. And we've got a real presence at these special events. So thank you to the parents for bringing your students bright and early for the dawn service. Week 3, we had our Mother's Day. For me, this is the highlight of the year, where we get to thank our mothers and grandmothers and other people who are significant in the lives of our students. We get to thank them. And this year, as you all know, we had it over 2 days, and what a community event that was. I would also like to thank our sponsors for the event, Elders Real Estate, who are owned by parents at the school, Mr. and Mrs. Singh, the Oakville Fruiteries, and our soon-to-be neighbours, Bobby's Bakehouse. Thank you for sponsoring that event. Then last week, we had Year 7 Camp, which was at the Sydney Academy of Sport out at Narrabeen. Kids had a blast, absolute ball. And they've come back with new friendships, which is fantastic. Thank you to all the staff who gave up 2 nights and 3 days away from their families to attend the camp. Last Friday, we had the Cater 2 Athletics Carnival. Again, it's so wonderful to involve the kindergarten kids in a day of fun and activities. And it's also an opportunity to involve our preschool again. So thank you to all the teachers who made this possible. And now I want to share with you some of the upcoming events for the rest of this term. Starting with the Year 3 to 6 Athletics Carnival on Wednesday the 31st of May, that's week 6. And then 2 days later, we do it all over again. We have the Year 7 to 12 Athletics Carnival, and both these carnivals will be held at Peel Reserve at the Ponds. Okay, so I forgot to mention that the Year 7 to 12 carnival will be held on Friday, the 2nd of June. And later this term, we also have our Careers Breakfast on the Tuesday, the 30th of May, which is also week 6. So week 6 is shaping up to be a very, very busy day for our college. Our Careers Breakfast is pitched at our Year 10, 11 and 12 students, and we have parents who are going to share with our students attending the breakfast the pathway they took to get to their current careers. And the person responsible for the breakfast is our Partnerships and Pathways coach, Megan Staples. Megan, welcome.
Hi Mark, it's great to be here today.
Megan, can you share with our parents and our community what the role of a Partnerships and Pathways coach involves?
Okay, so 2 main things. Looking after partnerships between the school and the outside world, so specifically with universities, with TAFEs, with different industry groups. And in terms of pathways, helping students with their post-school options.
And just helping students with their post-school options, how do you assist students with their pathways?
There's lots of things I do. I do a weekly newsletter that is called Careers Pathways. With the Year 10 students, a number of students have been involved in TAFE Yes programs where they actually get a feel for different things like aviation, plumbing, electrical trades. I speak with students about what they would like to do, and I send them links to surveys so they can use our careers site. So we've got a careers portal and we've got Job Jump that they can use to help them find out what is the area that they would like to go into. And I also help Year 12s with their university admission process.
Great. Sounds like you've got a busy job there, Megan.
Yes, there is quite a lot of things to do.
Yeah. And can you share with our community what sort of partnerships have you already brokered?
So some of the partnerships are with REAP, which is the Regional Industry Education Partnerships Group, which is through the department. Also Multiplex, which is the organisation that is building the new airport for Western Sydney, and Altogether, which is our local recycled water provider, in addition to obviously our universities, so Macquarie Uni and ACU, as well as Cedar Group, which is one of the private institutions offering sport and business opportunities.
Wow, that's fairly significant. I'm sure parents are sitting out there and thinking, well, how can my student get in contact with you? So which students are you targeting for assistance?
So the key students that I help are obviously the Year 12s, the Year 11s, and then the Year 10s. So students that are wanting to find out about their university TAFE opportunities, as well as a lot of students seeking apprenticeships for Year 10 and even into Year 11.
Wow, well there you have it, folks. Miss Megan Staples doing a great job as our Partnerships and Pathways Coach.
So I look forward to hearing from you all.
Welcome. I'm here today with Eva Pulverenti, a student of ours in Year 11, and Eva has recently been appointed as the new Hills Youth Ambassador for 2023 and 2024 by the Hills Shire Council. So congratulations, Eva, what an honour. Can you tell us a little bit about what a youth ambassador does?
A youth ambassador is someone who represents young people. They advocate for their needs. So I think that's really important because as a young person, sometimes we're not always heard. So I'm really looking forward in using my new role to really make noise and to really create some action. I'll be representing the voices of young people in the Hills Shire district and really acting as a channel between the council and young people on the issues that really affect us. I will also be involved in organising some community events for young people, speaking at council forums, and really just providing direction and input to the council's youth volunteer program.
Great. And what motivated you to apply for this kind of role, Eva?
Well, I've grown up in the Hills and I've always thought of ways in which I can do to really be a part of my community. No matter how small, I've always tried to think of ways in trying to foster an inclusive and really engaging environment for all. And I really think that this role is a wonderful opportunity for me to really expand and really build upon my knowledge and my skills and further develop that leadership and public speaking.
Excellent, great. What impact do you hope to make in your role over the next year or two?
I really hope to promote a safe, inclusive and engaging environment for all. I really want to highlight the gaps within youth to the Hills Shire Council to really create some positive changes. An issue that I'm quite concerned with is probably technology abuse and social media addiction. And within my role, I really want to promote this safe technology use and bring about awareness of the council services that council has to offer.
Well done, Eva. It's a very special role that you've been given, and I think the Hills Council are very lucky to have you. So congratulations, well done.
And in closing, I would like to talk to Dr. Heyman, our leader of Formation and Mission, about the Feast of Pentecost. So Chris, what is Pentecost?
Well, Mark, Pentecost is a really important feast in the church's liturgical calendar, and we have many seasons like we do in nature. We have 4 seasons in nature. Well, we have a number of seasons in the liturgical calendar as well, which you may have remembered that we had Lent last term, which lasted for 40 days, and that was about the preparation for the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Then we had Easter, and then since Easter, this term has been the season of Eastertide, which is basically a season celebrating the resurrection. And that culminates, that the high point of that season is Pentecost, which will be this weekend.
And why is Pentecost such an important event in the Catholic Church?
For the Church, for Christians, Pentecost is known as, by some of the fathers of the Church, as the birth of the Church. And that's because this is where the disciples, we read in the Acts of the Apostles, the disciples, after Jesus has ascended, they no longer have Jesus with them, and they're scared, and they're scared because the other Jewish people know that they're followers of Jesus. And when they're praying together, the Holy Spirit comes down on them, and they're given a new spirit to go and evangelize, to announce the good news of Jesus' death and resurrection to the whole world. They speak different languages, they start traveling, and they announce this good news to everybody. And so for us it's significant because it's about us receiving the Spirit of Jesus Christ. That's what the Holy Spirit is. This Holy Spirit is God, one of the persons of the Trinity, who consoles us, who witnesses to us that we are children of God. So St. Paul says, his Spirit witnesses to our spirit that we are children of God. And so that means that we can live a life with the Spirit of Jesus Christ in us.
There we go. Thank you, Dr. Heyman.
Thank you.
And until next time, bye.